Welcome to Our College, Your Voices. I'm your host, Kara Monroe. While we are all quarantined at home during COVID-19, I'm taking this opportunity to catch up with one of our former guests, and that is Ivy Tech student and now IUPUI student, I believe, but she'll give us all those details, Carmen McGhee. Carmen is a member of the Indiana INSLAMP cohort, and we are excited to catch up with her again. So Carmen, could you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your Ivy Tech story and where you are today?
My name is Carmen McGhee, and I'm currently taking my second to last semester Ivy Tech. So in the summer, I'm going to take a couple more classes and then I'll be officially done. But
excellent.
And then I'll start at IUPUI in the fall. So
very good. And are you slowed down at all by COVID-19 and the coronavirus?
I was really nervous because with math classes, like I'm taking calculus and physics, I was really nervous about how I would adjust. And it's actually been really nice. I have had enough time to adjust and find my stride, and now I feel I'm liking it almost too much. It's and my the tutor that I worked with in the learning center, who's like, I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm too dependent on you. He's been able to do Zoom meetings, so that really put me at ease. So
that's awesome. Good. All of our faculty and staff have pulled together and done a really good job, but it's always great to hear that from a student's perspective too.
Oh yeah. Shout out Mark Power. He's awesome.
Yes. Fantastic. So when we last spoke to you, you were just getting ready to prep your summer project on proteins, if I remember correctly, in the lab. Do I have that right?
My plasmin inhibition.
That's right.
Yeah. So that was my internship last summer. Yes.
Okay. And then you've had another internship experience, if I understand correctly, since then. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So I'm currently interning with the Raphael Health Center, which is a health clinic in the Mapleton Fall Creek neighborhood. So it was created to kind of service that neighborhood, but now they'll take patients from anywhere. And the whole thing was just that they wouldn't ever turn anyone away based on lack of funds. They have a full range of services from behavioral health to OB-GYN to children's and dentistry. So they're a full service clinic, and it's been really awesome so far.
That's outstanding. And tell us, and I know as we were setting up this podcast, there are certain things you won't be able to discuss with us because of HIPAA, and I don't want you to disclose any of that, but tell us a little bit more about what your job is specifically.
Yeah. So I am being brought in to help realize this project that the CEO wants to do. So they want to educate more patients, future patients, current patients on different health needs and requirements. Like, for example, childhood immunizations. That's something that needs help, that people need to be more aware of and like better about. So we're putting together a calendar to help patients, so they can, like a physical calendar that they can hang up and say like, oh, and in the month of May, I need to do this XYZ, or each month is going to have a different focus. So to keep people on track and help them with that. So
what a great idea. I love that tool. And then it'll be something visual that they can integrate into their life for other things too. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I've just been doing a lot of research on different monthly health focuses, and since the quarantine, that project has kind of been put on hold. So I'm just helping in any way that I can, because it's really affected the Raphael Health Center, this health crisis. So
absolutely. Are they able to stay open and continue serving folks?
Yes.
That's amazing. That's incredible.
It's awesome. But they're like all places, they're only the essential providers, nurses are allowed on site. So I haven't been able to go in for a while. So.
Right. But I know any back office and other support you can provide is so essential. We're finding that too with our team. Tell us a little bit about how your summer lab finished up.
Summer lab. So, the internship. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was really awesome. I made the poster, completed and presented at the conference, which was it was a little nerve-wracking because I hadn't done anything like that before, but I had a really good experience. And with the judges that came around, I surprised myself, and I felt really good about talking about my research. I felt like I had time to practice and understand the material, and questions they had, I was able to answer. So it was a really neat experience.
That's outstanding. I love hearing students when they realize that, hey, I really learned something and I know this. That confidence is so great to see in people's eyes. Of course, I can see you right now through Zoom, but I wish everybody else could. I hope they can hear it in your voice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about what you're going to study at IUPUI, because you're still planning to go to IUPUI. Is that correct?
Yes, I am.
And what are you going to study?
So I'm in the biotechnology program at Ivy Tech, but at IUPUI, I'm going to go for the biology, like the Bachelor of Science in Biology. So I'm just going to finish out with that. And I would like to apply to medical school maybe in the spring, I'm thinking. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do there. And I thought about maybe minoring in Spanish as well, just because I've been getting a lot of advice on how to make your application stand out or whatever. So I'm thinking of minoring in something, and Spanish would be cool to do.
That's an excellent idea. And I know so necessary in our healthcare system to have folks who are bilingual and can help others navigate the healthcare world.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Awesome. When you think about the INSLAMP experience as a part of your whole college experience, you were sort of right in the middle of it when we talked to last time, and now you're almost to the end. What would you say to somebody who's thinking about doing the INSLAMP experience?
Oh, I would say go for it 100%. If that's if you're looking to be in the STEM field, of course, like it's just opened so many doors for me, and has given me a support group of people that I know are always going to have my back and just check up on me. Sometimes you're busy and you're not thinking about XYZ. And then you have people that are like, hey, did you do this? Or I just want to make sure you're still on track. Or, you just always have that support. So and then it's just like a lifetime of support. I feel like it'll just always take you places and open doors. So
absolutely. Well, and you've made a lifetime's worth of connections to people who will always be there when you can call on them. That's fantastic.
Yes, exactly. And it's like the more support you can get in your journey and your career and your life, the better. You're going to just be more stable. And yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Such good advice. Well, Carmen, I appreciate you catching up with me today, and hope that as our call to action, hope that other students will look up the INSLAMP program. We'll make sure that the link to that is in our show notes for today. And I will be happy to also connect folks to that if they need that, so they can reach out to me. So Carmen, thanks so much for catching up with me today. It was good to see and hear you again. And I hope, are you going to go through graduation in probably December now as we think about commencements?
Oh, I didn't know that was, I'm not up on what's going on. So they're doing it December now?
Probably. I think that's how we'll do the ND commencement is in December.
Okay. Yes, I'll be there.
Good. Awesome.
I was a little disappointed. I'm like, oh man, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
So yes. Yeah. I'll be
there. And it may be earlier than that, but hopefully at least by December, we're back together and having commencement. So.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Good. Well, I will see you then. So I'll give us the credits and we'll wrap up today's episode. So thank you to everybody for joining this episode of Our College, Your Voices. And a big thanks to Carmen McGhee again for joining me. Thank you, Carmen. I'm your host, Kara Monroe. You can connect with me on Twitter at KNM Tweets. You can reach us by email at ourcollegeyourvoices@ivytech.edu. Don't forget, you can leave us a voicemail at 317-572-5049. If you're an Ivy Tech faculty or staff member, you can also join our Microsoft Teams listener community. I'm distributing email every Tuesday and Thursday to our faculty and staff community that has instructions on how to join that community if you'd like. Our website is ivytech.edu/podcast. Production assistance for this and every episode provided by Becky Campbell, Sarah Ferguson, and the Ivy Tech Community College marketing team. And our podcast concept is by Matthew Pittman. Theme music and post-production services provided by Jen Edds at the Brassy Broadcasting Company. And we will talk to you next time on Our College, Your Voices.